The golden age of video gaming. The time when pixels were plentiful, the music was synthesized, and the heroes were 8-bit. A time when the joysticks were wired, the graphics were blocky, and the worlds were flat. Let's take a nostalgic trip down memory lane, back to the dawn of the video gaming era. Our journey begins in the year 1972 with the birth of the first home video game console, the Magnavox Odyssey. It was a simple machine with no sound and basic graphics, but it paved the way for the future of home gaming. The Odyssey's most popular game, Pong, introduced the world to the joy of virtual tennis, and the gaming industry was born. Fast forward to 1983, a year that saw the birth of the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, as most of us fondly remember it. With its iconic gray box design and a plethora of games like Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda, the NES quickly became a household name. It was the console that brought gaming into the mainstream and made it a staple of popular culture. The late 80s and early 90s saw the rise of the 16-bit era, led by the Super Nintendo Entertainment System and the Sega Genesis. These two consoles brought a new level of depth to video games, with improved graphics, sound, and gameplay. Games like Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis and Super Metroid on the SNES pushed the boundaries of what was possible in a video game. As the 90s progressed, so did the technology. The PlayStation burst onto the scene in 1995, bringing with it a new era of 3D gaming. Games like Final Fantasy VII and Metal Gear Solid were not just games, but cinematic experiences that told complex stories with rich characters and stunning visuals. So, what have we learned from this journey through gaming history? We've seen the birth of the home console with the Magnavox Odyssey, the rise of mainstream gaming with the NES, the dawn of the 16-bit era with the SNES and Sega Genesis, and the advent of 3D gaming with the PlayStation. Each of these consoles, and the games they brought with them, have left an indelible mark on the industry and shaped the way we play and think about games today. But more than that, they've given us memories. Memories of epic boss battles, of late-night gaming sessions with friends, of worlds explored and princesses saved. They've shown us that games are not just toys, but a form of art, a way to tell stories, and a way to bring people together. Thank you for joining us on this trip down memory lane. Whether you're a seasoned gamer who's been playing since the days of Pong, or a newcomer who's just discovering the joy of video games, we hope you've enjoyed this look back at the golden age of gaming. Because while the graphics may have changed, the thrill of gaming remains the same. And remember, no matter how advanced games become, there will always be a place in our hearts for the classics. Because in the world of video games, old is indeed gold.